Now, we all have our good days and our bad days, and that goes for everybody. You, me, Judge Simpson, and this lawyer, Q. I mean, when you've got a name that comes straight out of James Bond movies, then you're already a pretty cool guy on my books. And honestly, I've never had any reason to not like this guy. In fact, on the contrary, I always thought he was a really, really nice guy. And I want to preface this video by saying that I kind of don't blame him for getting a bit frustrated and a bit upset. Now, fair enough, the things he says here about Judge Simpson, I can kind of understand maybe where he's coming from, but definitely not the way to go. Judge was obviously getting a bit frustrated because they were talking over each other from time to time. And if you want to see what led up to this whole incident, then I highly recommend you check out my good friend, Colin Definitely Not Cromwell, link down below, and you'll see kind of some of the stuff that led up to this. And he's a great new channel that's sharing some fantastic material and somebody who's helped me out quite a bit with this channel over the past couple of years. Not to mention driving my ass across Ohio and Kentucky. Anyway, so Q was getting a little bit frustrated with how the judge was maybe speaking to him or was maybe a little bit short with him at times.
تموز قال له في من قبل المحامي انه العنوان تغير.
He has a different address. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, he's not going to be. The address was the issue, correct? The last time we spoke with Bond.
Mr. Bobasi, you're going to have to let the interpreter go. Go ahead, Mr. Interpreter.
Thank you.
And as I say, that happens. It's coming towards the end of the week. People are getting tired. And Q decided to share his views with somebody else that was maybe in his house or whatever. What he didn't realize is that he was still not only live on Zoom, but he was also live on YouTube while complaining about the people who are watching court. So I'll play the video for you and then I'll give you my thoughts at the end. And while you're watching it, maybe think for a second about what you think about this whole thing and let me know down below.
Fuck these people and fuck this chat, honestly. It's fucking bullshit. Yeah. They need to start monitoring the chat. I said they need to shut down the chat on YouTube. Fucking bullshit. I said they need to shut down the chat. A bunch of people just talking shit about me on the chat. Calling me a terrorist and this and that. What the fuck? A bunch of random ass people. Yeah. Because of my name?
وين ما خلوككش تكمل تشوف؟
كملت.
ايش كاتبين بحياتك؟
I told you, I would never have a lawyer named Qasim, the terrorist, never forget 9/11, مش عارف شو. When the judge is a dick to me, the people are dicks on the record. And he was just a dick to me today for no fucking reason, honestly. Fucking garbage.
Yeah, that... Oh, god damn. I bet his butt was going like this when he realized that he was still live. So let's have a quick chat about it. So as for the side chat on YouTube, I can understand why people absolutely love it. And in fact, I do too. You get loads of great information there and it's a bit of a community and you have a good laugh. The problem is that you do get a few people in there that just go there to cause a little bit of drama. Maybe to upset us or to upset the court or whatever the case may be. And the reality is it's going to be those people who are going to get these chats shut down, the videos deleted as soon as they're finished being live, and eventually they're probably going to ruin Zoom Court being on YouTube in the first place. Now, do I think that people shouldn't be allowed to say certain things on the internet? Fundamentally, I don't believe that. Even if it's really nasty, I tend to let people just say what they want to say. You're better off having nasty stuff like that out in the cold, hard light of day. But then at the same time, you know, this is a man who's working, he's a public defender. Some of these people who are saying nasty things about him might need somebody like him one day. And he's not bad at his job at all, is he? I mean, I know a few people have certain things to say, but from my perspective, he does a really good job. He's very pleasant. He's always there for a bit of a laugh and a joke. And I got no problems with the guy whatsoever. Certainly when it comes to whatever his background or heritage is, that's ridiculous. I've been an immigrant. I know how it feels. You might say to yourself, but you're white, so it doesn't matter. It does, trust me. Try being an Irish guy in Australia and then get back to me. Most people absolutely love you just because you're Irish or because their great-great-grandfather was from Ireland. But you do get a lot of rude people or nasty people. The amount of times where I might have gotten into an argument with somebody and been told to go home or whatever, it's horrible. And for him to be called things like that and for these references to be made about his name or his heritage or his background or probably just who his great grandparents were or whatever. It's totally inappropriate. Do I think that people should be allowed to say it? Sure. Do I have to like what they say? Hell no. At the end of the day, this guy is a defense attorney, so he's used to hearing and seeing horrible stuff every single day. God knows I saw enough of it when I worked in the courts. And you've all seen it here on the internet too. It's a dark, dingy, dodgy place, and we try to lighten it up by having a bit of a laugh from time to time. Now, he has every right to say what he wants to say. His views on the judge, while I maybe don't agree with them, because I like Judge Simpson quite a lot. I think he's a lovely, lovely guy. And he gives people a break and he's very fair. But he also takes no crap. And so while I think that Q should be allowed to absolutely share his views, at the same time, I think it's a really bad look for a lawyer, especially a public defender, to be live on the air saying things like that about a judge. It just doesn't look right at all. It doesn't look good. Do I think he should be reprimanded for it? I think probably cautioned about the fact that, you know, this is live, and just be sure that you're not live in keeping with, you know, maintaining the dignity of the court and yourself as an officer of that same said court. And if you have a problem with how you're being treated, the appropriate way is probably to go up through the ranks and complain. Probably not advisable, but that seems to be more appropriate. But as a professional in this field and as an officer of that court, I think the appropriate thing to do now would probably be to contact Judge Simpson's office and just explain. He's a very reasonable man. Just say to him, just say, look, Judge, I was having a bad day. Didn't realize I was live. I am sorry for what I said. And I know that it's not appropriate. And hopefully that'll be the end of it. I don't know what the laws or the rules. Usually it's more of a procedural thing when it comes to things like this. I don't think he could necessarily be held in contempt, maybe because he's not in court as such, because court had been closed for the day. But definitely it doesn't look good. So it might be issues with the Bar Association or whatever. I'm not really sure how it works in the States. But I don't think anybody should have that held against them for just having a bloody bad day. Anyway, lads and lassies, thank you so much for joining me. Definitely let me know what you think down below. Bear in mind, because of the language in this video, there's a good chance that it might be demonetized. So you can help fight back against that by sharing this video out. Because if a video is demonetized, then they don't really push it. So that's up to you guys.